With approval ratings a full 20 points higher than her husband's, First Lady Michelle Obama has hit the campaign trail hard to rally voter turnout in election races the Democrats deem tight.
Can we do this?
Yes, we can.
What do you think about Michelle Obama? She's kind of cute, isn't she?
Michelle Obama has projected a positive image with her programs to get people fit through exercise and healthy through good nutrition and home gardening. Unlike her husband, she's not mired in controversy over health care and financial bailouts.
My children are at the center of my world, and my hopes for their future are at the heart of every single thing that I do.
A simple message, perhaps, but highly political, says Politico reporter Andy Barr.
It absolutely is political. There's no statement that she makes, there's nothing coming out of the White House that isn't. Now, moderate women are very much up for grabs. They voted heavily for Barack Obama in the last cycle, and that turned out in the Democrats' favor. Now polls are showing they're trending towards Republicans.
What do you think that we should do with a Congress that shoves European-style health care down our throats and takes over private industry?
Republican former vice presidential candidate Sarah Palin has rallied women with her so-called Mama Grizzly campaign, defending Americans from the encroachment of big government. Political reporter Mike O'Brien describes a Mama Grizzly like this.
It kind of signals, these motherly figures, but at the same time, ferociousness of, a grizzly bear who's willing to attack and defend.
Mama Grizzly is a title Palin gave to women Republican candidates who ran in and won primaries earlier this year.
Thank you, Governor Palin, for your endorsement.
But a few of Palin's anointed have distanced themselves from her as they prepare for general elections. While Palin rallied voters last week in California, Republican Senate candidate Carly Fiorina and Republican gubernatorial candidate Meg Whitman stayed away, blaming prior commitments. This female voter summed it up.
Carly Fiorina is one of her Mama Grizzlies, and what we're saying is their extreme views around a woman's right to make a personal decision regarding her pregnancy are too extreme for California.
Another familiar face on the campaign trail this year is former Democratic President Bill Clinton.
All we're asking for is 2 more years. You gave them 8 years to dig the hole. You at least ought to give us 4 years to get out of it.
Republicans tried to impeach Clinton while he was in office, but lately he's mostly seen handing out aid to the needy through his Clinton Global Initiative. Across the board, his approval ratings are now high.
Democrats really still like to see him. They have positive associations. He really hasn't done anything to damage his brand.
But noticeably absent on this year's campaign trail is former Republican President George W. Bush.
He is among the most loathed politicians still to this date. I'm sure that'll turn around for him at some point. It does for almost all presidents. But for right now, he remains enormously unpopular.
Analysts say it's hard to predict what impact surrogates will have on voting, but they do attract attention to the election itself, attention that's much needed. All 435 seats in the U.S. House of Representatives are up for grabs, as well as 37 seats out of 100 in the U.S. Senate. Laurel Bowman, VOA News, Washington.